Hello and welcome to Yoga with Jenny. Again, thank you Patreon subscribers for donating and contributing to this channel. It's so awesome to be able to share this with all of you. So today I have a special gentle flow class for you. If you have blocks at home, feel free to grab them. Or you can use just a blanket or a pillow, something to act as a bit of support. So we're going to start today by targeting the shoulders. I want you to bring those blocks or whatever props you're using today out to the front of your mat. And we are going to come into a child's pose. So open up the knees and then send the arms forward. Now you want to make sure that you can still bring that forehead down to the mat. And if having those arms out like that is uncomfortable, the other option is to bend the elbows. So either way, we are opening up the back body, opening up those shoulders. And let's breathe into our low belly. Feel free to walk the arms out a little wider if the shoulders are tight. Begin to settle in. Noticing the sensations in the body. Begin to offer your intention for your time here today. Asking yourself what your body needs and what you need. Three more breaths. And then inhale, lift the head, look forward, and walk the hands in. Sit back onto your heels for a moment. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, come into a seat on your mat. I want you to bring your hands behind you. So either reaching for opposite elbows, reaching for forearms, or maybe you can interlace the fingers and reach the shoulder blades towards one another. And then we're gently drawing the chest forward again, letting the forehead drop towards the floor. Letting the forehead touch down is challenging. Feel free to use one of those blocks or your props and bring your head on top of that. Inhale, lead with the knuckles, lift the head, lift the chest, and then drop the hands, drop the elbows behind you, finding this little back bend here. Drop the chin back into your chest, release those arms. And then let's take our hands out in front of us. We're going to stretch out the wrist. So press that right palm forward and then take your left hand to your fingers and part of the upper palm and push it back as you press the heel of your hand forward. And let's switch other hand. Press the left palm forward as you pull back on the upper part of the hand. And gently release. Let's shake out those hands, shake out the fingers, shake out the shoulders a little. And then let's reach the arms overhead, hook the thumbs together, and feel the chest and upper back broaden. Soften through the shoulders. So when we soften through the shoulders, we're letting that ease of mobility happen. And gently release. Let's come to tabletop. If you want to have blocks under your hands to support the wrists, go for it. Otherwise, just keep them near the front. We'll use them in a bit. From here, make sure those palms are spread nice and wide. And let's begin to make circles with our hips. That may mean walking the hands a little forward if the wrists and shoulders are feeling a little sensitive this morning. Switch directions. And then coming back through center. Let's inhale, extend the right leg back. Start with the toes down on the mat and rock forward and back a few times. Keep the hips square. So notice if that right hip is lifting a little bit higher than the left. You're going to notice it if you feel like there's a lot of weight on that left knee. Soften that right hip down and just notice how that ease of weight transfer just happens. And then on your next inhale, lift those right toes. Exhale, tap them over to the left side of your mat. Maybe you look over that left shoulder. Inhale, look forward, lift the right foot, and then look over to the right. Exhale, tap the toes out wide over to your right. Inhale, look forward, lift the foot and bring it over to the left again. And then inhale, look forward again. Bring that right foot out to the right side, but this time I want you to kick that foot out. Press through the heel. Hips stay level. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back, straighten it out. Exhale, knee into your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, let the left or right knee come down, and we'll start with the left side now. So inhale the left leg back, press into those toes, and gently rock forward and back, evening out through the hips. Coming back through center, inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, step them over to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Inhale, look forward, lift that left leg, and exhale, step the toes out to the left. Just a little wider. Inhale, look back, step it over to the right. Inhale, look forward, and we kick that left leg out to the side. So work to keep those hips level. We're holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Send that leg back. Big inhale. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower the left knee down, sit back, child's pose, arms walk forward, and I want you to flip the palms up. So rotate them up as you drop the forehead. Rotate the palms down, lift the head, and walk the hands in. Let's interlace those fingers or reach for opposite elbows behind the back again. Knees can be in, tip forward, reach with the chest, and then let the forehead drop. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly come up and draw the shoulders down, lift the heart, lift the head, look up. Release the arms. Let's lift them up overhead. Hook the thumbs again. This time do the awkward thumb in front. So for a lot of us, that'll be that left thumb. And again, pull the palms apart while still keeping the the fingers hooked and create softness in the shoulders. I'm not saying pull the shoulders down. I'm saying let things soften. Let things go where they naturally go. Soften the ribs in. Let the tailbone draw down. And release the thumbs. All right, let's come back into our tabletop. From here, we are going to come into a twist. So thread the needle. I want you to walk the right arm forward, thread the left arm underneath. You can walk that right hand in. You can keep it forward or rest it on your lower back. Press down evenly into the tops of the feet, into the knees. Feel the right shoulder draw back. Release the right hand down, press into the palm, and let's extend that left arm up nice and long. Hand comes down and we switch. Left hand walks forward and we thread that right arm under. And you can stay there with the left hand or walk it in and bring it back. Press down evenly into the tops of the feet. Feel the hips even out. Feel that left shoulder draw back. Let's release that left hand down. You can press it down next to the face and we send the right arm up. Gently lower the hand down and take a moment and step the right foot between the hands. Now you may want to use those blocks here just to bring the floor up a little higher for your hands. And I want you to keep that right foot grounded and just begin to gently rock the hips forward and back. So keep your gaze down. We're not trying to pull the chest forward. We're just moving from the hips here. And then the next time you rock back, walk the hands back and rock the toes back. Half split. Inhale, bend back into the front leg, rock the hips forward. Exhale, rock them back. Inhale and exhale. Two more, inhale, exhale, inhale, and on the exhale, let's stay and hold there. Find a little more lift through the crown of your head. And let the chest soften. Inhale, bend back into the front leg and lift the arms up. Feel lift through the fingertips. Feel the tailbone grow heavy. And then lower the hands down. Curl your back toes under and press the left heel back. Gently step the left foot in, just about a foot or a footprint, and come into pyramid pose. Feel the right hip draw back, left hip draw forward. Hands can be resting on your right leg, or you're using the blocks, or you have your hands to the floor. Begin to bend back into that right leg. Left knee comes down, and we bring the right knee back. Tabletop. And then let's step the left foot forward and begin to gently rock forward and back in the hips. And then let's start to make this movement a little bit bigger. So the next time you rock back, walk the hands back, lift the toes. Inhale, bend back into the front leg, sink the hips. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take a few more. And on this next one, the next time you go back, let's pause and hold. Inhale, bend back into the front leg, hands come forward, and we lift those fingertips up, let the tailbone draw down. Exhale, let the hands come down, curl the back toes under. And we step that foot in, just about a footprint, and come into our pyramid pose. Left leg is nice and long. Square into those hips. Two more breaths. And then this time look forward. Step the right foot to meet the left. And find a gentle fold here, bending at the knees, reaching the arms behind the thighs. Maybe nod the head side to side. And then release the arms. Inhale, slowly rise. Flat back. Lift up through the arms. Let's interlace the fingers and press the palms up. So try to pull the pinky edges of your hands back. Try to keep your lower ribs in. We're going to do a little twist to our right. So keep pressing down through the heels. Inhale and exhale, twist to your right. Trying to bring your collarbone to face over towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let's twist to our left. Again, keeping those heels firmly grounded, keeping the ribs from pushing out. And inhale, come back through center, release those arms. And let the shoulders roll back a few times. From here, keep your right foot grounded, step your left foot back. Let's find a crescent lunge. Keep your hands at your hips here. Square into those hips. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, let the tailbone draw down. Exhale, begin to gently tip forward, hands can drop. Pause for a breath. And then on your next inhale, I want you to lift that right hand to the hip or up to the sky. Get that nice stretch. Hug the outer right hip in. And then look down, right hand comes down. One more time, step the back foot in, pyramid pose. Feel that right leg soften. And then keeping that back heel, that left heel grounded, bend into the right knee. Inhale, press, press, press through those heels. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Keep pressing a little more into that left heel. Inhale. Exhale, gently cactus the arms, lift chest and chin, finding a small back bend. Let the hands tip back. And then bring those hands to rest on the lower back. Palms spread nice and wide. Tip forward, float over your front thigh. Keep the hands to the low back. Begin to lift your left heel. Step the left foot to meet the right. Sit into Utkatasana, chair pose. Now you have those hands on your lower back. You can keep them resting there for a little more challenge. Try to float them off that lower back without pushing the chest forward. So keep the low ribs drawn in and keep the tailbone drawn down. Holding here for 3, 2, and on 1, press into the heels, lift through the arms. Exhale, hands through heart center. All right, from here, let's bring our hands to our hips and step our right foot back, crescent lunge. Hands stay at those hips. Find a little bit of a lift through the crown of the head. Keep pressing through that right heel. And then exhale, tip forward, let the hands come down, pause for a breath. And then inhale, lift the left arm up for a twist, wrap that outer left hip in. On our exhale, we look down, let the left hand come down, and step that right foot in, coming into pyramid pose again. Just feeling that release. Inhale, look forward, bend into the left leg, press into the heels, rise. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Lift through the fingertips, let the tailbone draw down square into those hips. Exhale, cactus the arms. Keep those hips squared off. And then let's release the arms to our lower back and gently tip forward. From here, begin to lift the right heel and step the right foot to meet the left. Sit into a chair pose. And again, you can keep those hands there or work to float them off the lower back. Press into your heels, inhale, lift the arms and release. Exhale, hands come to heart. And now for this next part, you can have your blocks to the outside of your feet to bring the feet or bring the floor just a little closer to you. We're going to cross our right leg in front of our left. And again, make sure you can ground down evenly into the feet. Bend those knees. And we lower our hands down. You can walk your hands over to the right side. And then let's walk our hands over to the left. Coming back through center. Lift up, hands to hips, rise with care here. And then let's open up, uncross the legs, sit back into a chair pose. Make sure your knees are a little wide. And then I want you to take your hands behind the back again. So either an interlace grip or maybe you're doing those hands stacking. But either way, I want you to try to keep your hands off of the lower back. And I want you to fold forward and drop your right knee or right shoulder towards your right knee. And feel that stretch through the left side. And then gently switch. Do the left side now. Left shoulder to the left knee. And coming back through center, gently rise, release the arms. Now let's cross our left thigh in front of the right. Ground evenly in, bend a little into those knees, and then begin to fold forward, reaching the hands towards the floor, towards your props. Begin to walk your hands over to the left side. And then over to the right side. Bending into those knees as much as you need to. Hands come back through center and then find the way to the hips. Slowly lift back up. Uncross the legs. And then you can move those blocks out of the way for a moment. We'll do a little bit of a balance sequence now. So I want you to ground down into your right foot and then open up the left. So let those left toes point out as you bring the left heel to the right ankle. So getting ready for tree pose. You can stay here. You can bring that foot up a little higher to the calf, or maybe you can give it that helping hand and bring that foot to your inner thigh. Hands can come to heart. Lift through the crown of the head, let the tailbone draw down. Hips are nice and open. Finding ease in this pose. Two more breaths. And then we slowly bring that left knee forward. Pause and stork. Reach the arms down. Lift through the crown of the head. And then press that heel out in front, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot down. Other side. So ground down now into that left leg. Open up the right. And you can stay here. Bring that foot to the calf or bring it up to that inner thigh. Hands can stay down or you can bring them to heart. Let yourself lengthen as you focus on your breath. Two more breaths. And then let's release our arms. Bring that right knee forward. Hold in stork or reach those arms down, square into the hips, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then kick that heel forward. And gently bring it back down. Just feeling all that length now in the body. Let's make our way back down to the mat, finding a downward facing dog. So step it back. Walk out the heels if you'd like. And then send your right leg up and back. Exhale, come into pigeon pose. So that knee can come down and we straighten that left leg, or you roll onto your back and find figure 4 with the right ankle on the left thigh. You can lower down to your hands. You can support yourself with blocks. Make sure that that left foot is pressing flat down into your mat. Close your eyes and then let yourself settle in here. Feel the right hip softening as the left hip draws forward. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then walk the hands in and step back up into our down dog. If you're on your back, you can simply switch to the other side. We'll now do the left knee. So bring that behind your left wrist, or take your left ankle to the right thigh. Square into those hips, press down into the right foot, and let yourself lower down. Two more breaths here. And walk your hands in. We'll step it back. If you're on your back, you can stay there. Let's all lower to our knees and then make our way onto our backs. Have your props handy. We're going to come into a supported bridge. So lifting those hips, place your props underneath. And keep the knees gently bent, feet planted down. And then bring your right knee in, hold that right leg, and send your left leg forward. Let it just float above your mat, maybe an inch. Let that right knee open a little. And then let's bring that left knee back in and switch it out. Right leg goes long. Float that right heel above the floor. Open the left knee just a little wider. And then bring the right knee back in. And let's extend the legs up towards the sky. Finding an inversion here. And again, your legs don't have to be perfectly straight. If they're bent, that's good. The most important thing is bringing our legs above our head. And then let's begin to flex and point through the toes, helping us pump our calves, our second heart, so it helps move blood through the lower half of our body. Maybe rotate the ankles a few times as well. And then coming back through center, bend into those knees, release the legs. Pause here for a few more breaths. Just feeling the hips open up, the front body open up. And then gently press into your feet. Take your props out from underneath you. And I want you to set your props either to your left or to your right side. Or sorry, put them on your left side. Ground down in through the heels and shift your hips over to the right. Drop your knees over to the left. So you can support your legs with your props, or you can move them out of the way. That's okay too. I want you to bring your hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers, open the elbows, and look over that right shoulder. So just imagining sitting back like you're at the beach. Letting the body completely release. Breathing in and out through the nose. Bring the head back through center. Bring the knees back through center. You can keep your hands at the back of your head, fingers interlaced. Let's shift the hips now over to the right, or sorry, to the left, and drop those knees over to our right. Again, you can move the props. Look over your left shoulder. Bring the head back through center. Bring the knees back through center. Take a moment and find happy baby. And rock a little side to side. Keep the lower back down and soft. When you're ready, release the legs and let yourself settle in to your Savasana. You can rest the arms or let them sit alongside the body. Taking a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go, relax the jaw. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go, relax the legs. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go, relax the shoulders. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let everything go as you settle into your Savasana. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Stretch out arms and legs. Draw your knees into the chest. And when you're ready, gently roll to your favorite side before pressing up. Coming to your seat on the mat, bring your hands together at heart and briskly rub the palms together. Release the thumbs at heart center and take a moment to thank yourself for setting aside this time today to balance the mind, body, breath, and spirit. As always, it is a pleasure and a privilege to guide you, so from my heart to yours, namaste.